All right. Okay. So anybody who's watching on the replay, I am replacing my um, well 8 wheel studs in the rear on my duals. 3 of them decided to uh, leave me, and so I've got the other 5 already taken off as well. These 5 here, they're pretty scored already, eaten up a little bit. Definitely would have, I believe, long term would have had issues with these. In my opinion, it's best just to replace all wheel studs at the same time, no matter if you lose 1 or 3 or 6, like it's happened in the past several years ago. So, anyways, I'm replacing all 8. Let me grab the new ones here. The new ones are, here we go. Here are the set of 4 new ones here, and then the other set of 4. I actually ended up having to order them from different dealerships because evidently Dodge or Ram or whoever, Mopar, there's basically, you're only allowed to order 4 at a time. So one at a time. So I ordered 4 from one dealership. I ordered 4 from the other dealership nearby, and they ended up giving me the wrong size. They gave me the front wheel studs. So I had to return those today, and they gave me a little bit of a discount because it was further away. Of course, it was the one that was further away that they messed up. So, anyways, I've got all 8 to put back in here. Also, I just took a picture of it. I'll probably share it online. Hold on one second. Let me grab my outer and inner. I can't even think of the name right now. Bearings. Wow. Inner and outer bearings. These are original. There definitely is some scoring, some wear on these. Honestly, I've probably got my time and my money's worth out of this by like a long shot. But if I'm going to be in here already doing this stuff, I just want to get it done, get it knocked out. So I'm replacing the inner and outer bearings, as well as the studs. And then obviously, actually something that I found as soon as I opened everything up, this is what's left of my seal. This is supposed to be in one piece. There's this, and then here's the new one. So go figure. As soon as I took off everything off the axle, I immediately saw fluid just everywhere on the inside of the rotor, everything. So I was like, oh, great. So that's actually never been replaced as well. So again, I've got my 620 something thousand miles out of it. So if I only have to replace one seal every 600 and something thousand miles, I'm good with that. So anyways, this was like 30 some bucks. The 2 bearings were 20 or 30 bucks a piece. I did end up buying both sides. So it's going to be a little over $200. That was just at O'Reilly's. Probably could have got it cheaper online on Amazon or maybe Rock Auto. But this is what I'm doing today here. I was already supposed to be on the road. I got a trailer last week that it's been sitting in my driveway for like a week now. Let Synergy know what was going on. Well, I tried. I called. Haven't gotten a call back. I have no idea what's going on. Left a voicemail. So I don't know if they don't care or it's all good. But yeah, the trailer's sitting in my driveway. I've had the studs broken here for when I discovered them right after I brought this thing home. It was like the next day or so after that. So in about a day period, something happened to my studs and it was downhill from there. So yeah, so from studs having to wait to get those delivered to the dealerships to be able to pick those up. And then as soon as I just opened this up today, I literally just saw the seal that was completely toast um, in pieces. So that's how it goes. But just grateful I found that fluids, problem, the broken seal, before I found out on the road with an axle that's on fire or something crazy. So definitely happy about that. If I'm going to lose my wheel studs, I'd like to replace anything else I need to down here in the meantime. So, anyways, if you are watching this, and maybe I should have put this in the little thing going across the bottom as well, but I am going to get to work here and get this stuff actually installed. This is not a complete live chat talking back and forth the entire time. So talk amongst yourselves, laugh at me, do whatever you got to do. But I am going to get this stuff put together, and just figured there's got to be somebody out there who's wanting to chill and wanting to chit chat as they're watching some fool work on their truck. So so yeah, let me just see who's in here. Funnings in, what's going on, sir? Recalling my tire studs on my 5th gen. Wow, that's wild. White Barn Farms, good evening from Wheeling, West Virginia. Hey, Daniel, just shut down for the night in San Antonio. Gotcha, Brian. Headed to Idaho tomorrow. 201 a mile. Nice. Michael, sorry about your luck, brother. Hey, man, I'm grateful and I feel blessed that I found this whole thing, especially the seal leak. If I would have not had my wheel studs go south, maybe I would have missed completely this fluid seal leak, and that could have been maybe catastrophic, for my axle. So it's definitely not what I wanted. I should have already done like 2 loads in the meantime, but it's just been, it is what it is, I guess. You should do a video on how to change a rear tire on a dually. Funnings end. Do you mean like actually taking the tire off of the wheel, or do you mean? I already do have a video how to replace your wheel studs on a dually. I already do have that video. I just don't have a video replacing the actual. I forgot the name again. Oh my word! The bearings. I don't have a video actually talking about going to the next level, which is simply just tapping the seal out or what's left of it, and then pulling that out, pulling this out, and just putting the new one back in. Obviously, grease a little bit. If I get a flat on the road, yeah, I've never actually just put on a tire on a wheel before. I don't know the first thing about that. That's not my department. If somebody taught me, I'd be willing to make a video on it, but I've never done that. I'm just always going to the tire place to swap out stuff. So also that brings me to my next thought is I didn't actually get a chance to look, but my steel wheels. I'm gonna have to see how much play there is, because when you have a wheel stud failure, that generally causes there to be quite a bit of play in the actual hole, which means the hole gets bigger and bigger. It basically rounds itself out. It just, especially when you then hit the brake. When you hit the brake, when it's already loose, basically the wheel slams into the wheel studs, which further destroys the wheel studs, but further destroys your wheel, the actual hole for the stud to go through. So, yeah. Charles, what's going on, sir? Michael, sounds like he needs to learn how to change a tire. I know how to change a tire off of my truck. I don't know. Grim Reaper, hey, what's going on, sir? Hey, Daniel, what happened? Yeah, literally, this happened. 3 of these sheared off due to tire barn or me. Ultimately, I am accountable for making sure the truck's good. But last I saw in my truck when I did a pre-trip, all my my lug nuts were tight, and I then did a pre-trip the next day or the day after that, whatever it was, and 3 of them were gone, and then 5 of them were kind of loose. And so it started with studs, which then turned into a seal leak. And so this thing is double dead. And so in the meantime, I've never actually replaced my bearings. So we're replacing bearings as well. Um, I got you, Michael. Yeah, a lot of times when people say, how to change a tire, uh, do you mean the actual? No, I'm gonna mess it up. A tire onto the wheel, or the whole, taking off the tire from the truck or whatever. So I understand that, but yeah, we're just here having a blast in the garage. Like I said, I already should have been gone, and already had a couple loads in by now. But here we are. So I'm gonna get to work here, guys. You can just watch me, and I'll check in occasionally here. But I do need to get this done tonight. That is the plan tonight. So we're gonna get it going here. I'm gonna start. I guess I'll just kind of talk through what I'm gonna be doing each step of the way. So I've already cleaned this all out. I've already punched all 8 studs that were sheared off, as well as still on there. They're already out of the hub assembly here. I've already cleaned this out as well, inside and out, with some brake cleaner. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grease my bearing, the inner bearing that's going to go in like this, with the larger side on the inside that goes down, that just fits in there real snug. I'm going to grease that up and then put that in, and then put the seal in, make sure it's evenly compressed, going down inside, and then we'll go from there. So, reset channel, what's going on? Yes, sir. More fun here. I get all the fun. You don't get to have any of it. I'm loving it over here. How am I going to do this with 2 hands? Well, hold on. I'm just going to spread it around here. Okay. Bingo. This is the Lucas Oil Red and Tacky is what I'm using to get these bearings happy. So I don't think you really have to do this. And I think I've even seen people talk about you shouldn't, pack the bearings and get them all crazy. But I'm going to. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that the second that I put this in there and wheels start turning, that I'm actually lubricated, and we're not just, going in. Oh, let's see here. Boom. Okay. All right. Going like that. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, I definitely got my money's worth out of these bearings, and frankly, I'm kind of scarily surprised that I didn't, have an issue before this. Over 600,000 miles with the original inner and outer bearings. I definitely have greased them. I've done my maintenance as much as I can to a certain degree on this. The original seal, like, that's just ridiculous to me. I think that's phenomenal for this. So, anyways, bearing is in. We're gonna get the seal. Oh, I'm going to be using my hammer and My monstrous, what is it called? Oh my word. Uh, uh, I guess just heavy duty plate to evenly distribute the full load here to be able to get this down. Okay, maybe that didn't quite work. Let's see. What else can we do? I know I've seen people do blocks of wood and a number of other things. Okay. Let's see what I can use. Keep this actually flat. Well, let's see. Sweet. Okay. That'll do it. Okay, let's see. Pastor Anthony, what's going on, sir? Yeah, 12 people in the house. Yeah. We're just working on the truck here. Getting this piece together. So we got the seal on here now. I'm going to go ahead and get the rotor on top of here after I put in the actual new 8 lug studs. Let's see. That would defeat the purpose a little bit of this whole operation. You actually don't have the studs. Also, when I did the video before, I think I still have I better still have the tool. But basically, there's, I mean, you could probably use anything, even just your regular lug nut. But there's a tool that is a help to actually getting the stud back on and fitted to your axle, to your truck, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Basically being able to set this and pull it through. So I'll do that after I get this put back together here. So. And this is how I knew I had a problem. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of fluid in there. And as soon as I turned this over and I looked inside there, I was like, oh, that is a problem. So, let's see Actually, I'm going to get this cleaned up first. Put this down. I'm going to wipe this all the way across here. Get this cleaned up. Really don't want to be potentially causing any differences and in fitment and placing just because I've got a whole bunch of crud in between. So obviously want to get this as dry as possible. I'll hit this with some more cleaner. Oh yeah, I've already got it over here. Yes. Oh yeah, that's coming on now. That'll work. That'll work, folks. And this was really bad. Also, just for food for thought here, after I get this done, I'm going to go ahead and check my level, my actual diff level, to make sure I've got enough fluid there. And then also, I'm going to tilt the other side up after this to make sure enough fluid gets pushed over to the left side here. This is the left side of the truck. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we definitely want to keep everything lubricated. I know I've definitely put these rotors through the test. These are what slotted and screwed rotors. I've had them for what 2, 3, 400. I think close to 400,000 miles. I honestly, when I first got it, now I probably don't realize it as much, but I noticed an immediate difference. At least maybe it was psychologically, I don't know, but it seemed like there was a huge difference between factory rotors versus slotted and screwed or whatever. I know this is largely just for heat dissipation or whatever, but it seems as if I've got more of a grip. I've got more power to be able to more braking power across the board. So maybe that's in my head, but it seems like that's the case. At the very least, it's dissipating the actual heat. Obviously, most of your braking power is in the front, so the rears aren't even being used that much. But I've had these on for quite a while, so still very happy with them. I don't know when I might need to. Let's see here. When I'll need to let these puppies go at some point, but let's see here. Rub-a-dub-a-dub. Working on mine this weekend. I have to change the NOx sensor. Oh, but the turbo and look for a short or something. I'm getting a code U010C. Wow. With the engine communication with turbo. That's a good Ram commercial. Oh, man. sure there's no fingerprints or everything left on here as much as possible. All right. It's amazing how many little rags I go through with how much I don't know if it's just me. I go through a stupid amount. I don't know if White Rags Toolbox brand wants to sponsor me, but I use your stuff like it's nobody's business. This, oh my word, this puppy's almost empty. I want a sponsorship by by Toolbox because I use your stuff so much. Oh my word, craziness. Okay. Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to go with it. All right. Okay. Now going to get the bolts that hold the rotor to the hub assembly here. Get all 8 of those put in. I've got a mountain of rags in my way. That's fantastic. Okay, and let's make sure. So we already have the, just recapping, we already have the bearing inside, the inner bearing. It's greased. We have the seal in place. It's level, it's even, it's in there, it's snug. Everything's cleaned up. And now we're going to add on the rotor to the assembly. If I can grab these bolts, maybe not. And I don't know about you, but when I'm doing this, I just like to start each bolt inside here just to make sure we're not over, well, first of all, cross-threading and anything else. So that is the current plan here. Where are you guys at tonight, and what are you doing? Are you guys out on the road? Are you at home? Are you doing maintenance too? What are you guys up to? Also, I'm going to be doing the star pattern going across. So just getting everything started, and then I'll torque it all down later. All right, now we're going to torque everything down. I'm also, just for peace of mind, I'm going to go through and make sure it's snug with my own hands just to really feel it. Trading with Rich. Can I call you about Synergy Load Board? Yeah. So I know there's been a few people recently requesting to call. I will definitely get to you. If that was already you, just my apologies. I've been a little busy with this and a few other things that have been kind of wild recently. So it seems like when I go through wild stuff, it just lasts a whole lot longer for me. So I'm trying to get back on schedule and get everything moving again. When I actually get out on the road, I can start making more phone calls and taking more, talking to people. So um, definitely, but glad to hear that video helped. Grim Reaper, I'm back in Georgia covering my security business since one of my guys took his wife on an anniversary trip. Oh, cool. Awesome, Grim Reaper. Awesome. Yep, keeping what's that oh shoot, what's that phrase? Not keeping your options open, but having multiple streams of income. That whatever I was trying to say. But that's awesome though. You got that other business. That's cool. Since you asked, I'm in the Philippines. Oh my word. Been back to US November 19th. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Man. Totally understand. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I've had honestly, I really don't even know what to say to it. I've had a few people who were like super duper upset with me and frustrated that I didn't get back to them or call them or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I'm literally doing it for free as I'm juggling like a bunch of other things, and I'm literally already trying to do as much free content as I can. Like if I'm going to put like dedicated time into taking phone calls and like talking for hours on the phone, then I feel like I would need to charge money. And I really don't want to do that. I guess I'm willing to. I don't charge anybody anything, but like it takes a lot of time. Like usually phone calls you think are going to be 15 minutes, it turns into hours. I've sat in front of my house for at least an hour, multiple times while my wife is waiting inside for me. And I'm like, dude, if I don't remember to tell this guy this one thing right now, like this could be a real problem for him. So I've got to make sure I tell him this. And it drags the conversations out for so many hours. And I'm just like, man, I feel, led to do this and share this stuff. But it comes at a cost. And, well, anyways, you guys get the idea. But yeah. Um, yeah, I do appreciate your understanding with that. Seriously. I worked on my truck earlier today. Oil change, tire rotation. Boom. Nice. Love it. Love hearing, guys actually saving money, doing it themselves, making sure that you see what's really going on with your truck. You know when things are good, when they're bad. You're keeping an eye on different things. I love that. Clearly, this happened fairly quickly for me, and things can get out of hand very quickly. And so this is why, like, a part of my channel is obviously the truck stuff. Like, it's so important to keep on top of these things to really make sure things don't get catastrophic to where this thing's on fire, like glowing. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to encourage other people to do. So that is awesome. You make that look easy. Well, it's a lot of YouTube videos that I've watched other people and just tried to do myself too. So, yeah. Okay, let me get back to the party here. Where is my? Hold on. Oh, it's already over there. I guess. Where are my tools? I just had the thing. Where's my half? Wait, is it already? Do you guys see it? Hold on. Oh, just kidding. Oh, I think these are pretty pretty tight. Oh, okay. That is definitely tight. Okay. These are in. Next up. What else is next? Let's see. Inside seal is on. I believe the next part is the outer seal. Again, I'll lube this up. Again, this is, where's my old one? Like the actual like indentations of the old one here and the scoring on that. Like, oh my word. I guess here we go. Now they'll both be in the same orientation. But yeah, that is some serious stuff going on. Really don't want to see what happens when that thing stops and completely gets roasted. So, okay. Again, we'll be able to pull the actual wheel studs. Let me just show it to you. Oh dear. As of right now, the wheel studs are not in. They're literally all over the place. So again, I'll show you the tool in a second, how to do that. But that'll happen after everything else is already in and on. So very, very simple to do that. Let me go try to find that tool right now before I have a headache here. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Bingo. I'll just kind of show you with my old wheel stud that's partially. Oh yeah, you can even see that. Kind of scored at the bottom here. But basically, this is what you, oh, sorry. This is the wheel stud puller or tool, wheel stud tool that I actually put on a video. Essentially, this goes through the hub assembly, goes through, you put this on the other end. So essentially right here, and then you put your lug stud, or I'm sorry, your lug nut on the end here. You tighten your lug stud, your lug nut, just like you normally would. And then that literally pulls the whole thing as this tool, as this piece is actually spinning inside. This is spinning inside itself, allowing this to actually be pulled all the way forward and through all the way to where those grooves actually get seated onto the hub. So anyways, I don't know if anybody cares. This is probably just for me, talking myself through it, making sure I'm, got my stuff in order here. But so I believe we are ready to go. Again, hub and rotor are together. Studs are in, but not fully seated. Shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on there, and then get to the next part for the actual outer bearing. Like I said, I'm going through tons of these things. Please, Toolbox brand white rag, sponsor me. I'm basically paying for your everything at this point. Oh my. Where am I putting this? I really don't want this. This thing's soaked. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. Make sure we're all happy here. Oh, also, throw the rest of these rags away. It's ridiculous. I am going to grease where the seal and everything sits on this here. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to grease everything. Actually, I'm going to hit this with some brake cleaner right here as well. This seems to be pretty ugly there. But oh, I'm going to be dirty again here. Tear through that pretty good. What is going on here? Let's see. Sure we care. This is good stuff. Oh, appreciate that, Pastor. See here. Man. Also, another reason I was able to see that there was a severe problem was that my emergency brake pads are now wet. So I'm assuming that's going to get better with time. I'm going to dry these off as much as possible. They really should not be wet. Duh. That was I saw that before I even flipped this whole thing out and pulled it out, as I was doing, I'm like, that should be dry. That's not cool, guys. Not cool. So man, there's a lot of debris back here. I'm gonna hit this again. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with some grease. By the way, I'm telling you, so I have two different styles of grease, grease guns, grease pumps, whatever you want to say. I'm telling you, I don't care who you are, what you got going on. If you're going to do any degree of maintenance on your truck, I believe that should include greasing all your fittings as much as possible. They're easy to get to largely. You're not going to get too dirty. You don't have to take anything apart. Literally, you're just going to hit it and be good. And as soon as stuff starts coming out, crazy areas, you know you've done a good job. And you'll probably want to clean that up. But literally, I'm telling you, go get a true grease gun. This is a DeWalt 20 volt. I went with this simply not because of the name brand, but simply I already have the batteries for this. So my encouragement to you is, let's see. Get the Lucas Oil Red and Tacky. I use this for my dump trailers. I use this for my truck, basically everything. Anti-seize, surface protection, 540-degree drop point. I mean, this stuff is ridiculous. This is what I put in here. Like I said, I already had the battery for this. And literally, instead of pumping until your hand breaks off in your hand, literally, Boom. Pulling a trigger, holding it for a second. This thing has a light on it where you can obviously have it off or on, but you can see what you're actually getting to when you're actually doing this. It's so handy. It's incredible. I love this setup. I love this combination. I've had DeWalt tools for a while. Um, they've been nothing but good to me. So with this grease gun, I figured, man, this is just next level stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this real quick. All right. I will say this: I am still getting used to how much actually comes out when you're holding the button. So I probably do waste way too much. I'm still getting used to this whole deal, but it's just, dude, it's if you're gonna do it, the whole reason why I dread greasing everything is because you're sitting there pumping it for forever. But this thing, you're just holding the trigger. Oh, it's magical. I don't know what else to say. Um, it's a beautiful thing. So, what am I doing? I'm grabbing this again. I'm going to smear this instead of my glove doing it all. Let's get this whole party started around here. Boom. That's good. Let's call that good. And again, the main reason why I'm doing this, you probably really don't have to. Me personally, I just want to make sure that this thing is as lubricated as possible from the start, so there is no break-in period or potential issues. Maybe that just never happens, but I really don't care to find out. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Oh, TJ, what's going on? Gregory, what is going on, sir? Glad to have you here. Everyone hit the like button. Brett Clean, it will be fine. Prius Repellent, hey, man. Hey, high mileage helper, Daniel. What is going on? Just checking out the channel. Yeah. So my Ram has got some issues, as you can see. My wheel studs, I had 3, and they are no longer. So 3 studs sheared off. I've got all 8 of them put in back here. I'm replacing my 2 bearings, the inner and outer bearings. They are original. I got my money's worth, as well as the seal. Finally, just gave up the ghost. So we are getting the seal on here. I use red and tacky on everything. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a Lucas Oil fanboy. I don't know what to tell you. Red and tacky is the way to go. I use their fuel additive, their oil additive. Lucas has all of their stats, all of their numbers online. You can see everything, their performance. My truck is still on the road because I do everything Lucas as much as possible, unless there's something I prefer even more, which is very rare. So that's just kind of where I'm at. Wolfinator Cards, what is going on, bro? Hey, everybody, just so you know, so Wolfinator Cards, that's my buddy Chris. I was, my last video that I posted, that's my buddy who was with me at that hotel for 8 days. So this is my buddy, Wolfinator Cards. Appreciate you, bro. And that was kind of the start of the whole journey over 5 years ago. So yeah, that's my buddy. TJ, how many miles on this batch of studs? On this batch, can somebody look up the video? Maybe I can. Of when did I post that? Of when I actually did the. Let's see. I'm gonna look up my own video. Oh dear, I can't watch my old videos. Okay. It was 2 years ago. Let's see. It was October 9th. So almost 2 years ago. I would venture to say that's probably over 200,000 miles ago. But the truth is, I probably would have gotten plenty more out of these if, um, if I actually had the lug studs on there tight, how they should have been originally. So 200,000 miles, in my opinion, is not that long for wheel studs. I remember my fronts lasted 400,000 before I replaced. I think I still have original ones on the right side, the front right side, but my left side, I think those are replaced 200,000 miles ago. So the first, I believe it was like 400K. So wheel studs are not that expensive, even though, oh my word, this actually may be a video for you here in the future. Wheel studs, at least for Mopar, especially for the duals. And I'm just going to put this video out here at some point here. Well, I've still got the part number here, but dually wheel studs. There is no aftermarket. As far as I know, I looked. There is no aftermarket people creating it. Literally, it's a Mopar specific part. You can only get at the dealer, and right now they are only allowing you to buy 4 at a time. Well, how unhelpful is that? Because if you're going to do the job right, you really just need to do all 8 just to be safe, just to have your due diligence. So you can only buy 4 at a time every 7 days. So if you go to the same dealership, you have to wait 8 days to order the second one, the second set of 4. And so what I did was I ordered 4, like I already mentioned earlier today. I ordered 4 from Lafayette, and then I ordered 4 from Crawfordsville on the same day. I picked them up at Lafayette, or Kara, my wife, picked up the 4 in Lafayette. I was in Crawfordsville by the end of the day, picking up a dumpster, and the Crawfordsville gave me the front wheel studs. So how unhelpful was that? So if you're ever in the situation like this, and my wife asked me, hey, wouldn't that be beneficial just to keep those on hand? And I was like, well, the risk versus reward, like it's really not that big of a deal because you're going to be, it's so rare that you actually replace your wheel studs. But she then brought up, she's like, well, okay, it might be that rare, but if when you do need them, you can't get them for a couple days, or they give you the wrong ones, or you're paying premium price, maybe you can find them somewhere else. But if you just waited a little bit of time in shipping, you could save some serious money. Well, since then, Rock Auto does have them. They're currently out of stock right now, but they have them for duals for my truck. It's like $17 for one, which is insane still. Well, at the dealership, it's $25, which is stupid. So you definitely could save some money online if they're even in stock. Keep them on hand. Keep them with you in your truck. Buy a set of 8 for the front. Buy a set of 8 for the rear. Keep them in your truck. If things go south, you could probably do this on the side of the road. Literally, there's you need a 9/16. You need a 21 millimeter. You need what did I just use here? Like literally, it's like 3 or 4 different things to be able to pull this whole party apart. Obviously, grease gun, clean things up. Maybe you wouldn't want to do this exactly in a parking lot. I might be stupid enough to do that, but Like, this is not that major of a thing. If you have some patience and actually had the parts there, you could save. If you brought this to a dealership and had them do it, I bet this is like a parts, the parts plus their markup on it plus labor. I bet this is a $500 job, probably even more, for the studs. Um, well, the actual bearings and the seal, that was close to 100 just at O'Reilly's. So the studs, let's see, eight wheel studs at $25 a pop. That's $200 plus $100 at O'Reilly's. So let's round up to 350 because you know the dealership's going to mark it up higher. So 350 for parts plus their labor, which they're going to say, I bet it's, I don't know, I would assume 3, 4, 5 hours. So we're talking maybe stupid little job like this where you could probably, if you did everything Rock Auto or Amazon or something like that cheaper, you could probably do it in an afternoon or evening. Obviously, if you're not doing a video here talking the whole time, but a couple hours, do it at your own pace and save hundreds, a full day of driving or more. So anyways, that's my rant. That was a crazy time. Glad we were able to get everything taken care of. Yes, sir, man. That was a wild ride. You and Big Al, man, back in the day, we were pioneers going through there. Pastor Anthony, my front wheel bearing had the studs in them when I replaced them. Gotcha. I'm gonna get back to this here, but yeah, this kind of thing just it drives me crazy because it's literally, what's it, an ounce of preventative is worth a pound of what's the phrase, a pound of problems fixed, or what is it? Oh shoot, somebody let me know in the comments below. An ounce of about $1,000 at dealership. Oh my soul. Yeah, that's not right, dude. That's insane. Oh my word. But seriously, an ounce of preventative is worth so much more in catastrophic explosions. I mean, I caught this before it got really bad, but if I didn't, and this whole axle just said, "We're done." Um, I mean, how dumb of a situation. Wheel studs and a seal to go from that, and bearings, and to go from that to you need a new axle thousands of dollars later. So it's these types of things that I just want to like shout and be like, everybody, buy as many things as you can as preventative as possible at as a cheapest price as possible. Keep it on hand. Save the videos on YouTube of how to do these different things. Look it up. Be preventative. Be thoughtful about this stuff. Save yourself stupid money, and yeah, you're going to give up some time doing it. But man, it's worth so much to me. That's where the pound of regret. Boom! I love it. Yes, TJ, thank you. Pound of regret, man. There have been regrets. I'm still working on the preventative side. I really am. I want to keep going, keep learning and growing and stuff. So I still have a long way to go. There's still so many things on this truck that I'm scared to do, that I don't know how to do. I don't want to do it wrong and then it blow up in my face later on and be 10 times worse. So I'm constantly trying to grow and learn, look up YouTube videos. If one guy doesn't actually give me all the information, then I'll try to piece multiple YouTube videos together, work it out in my mind, ask questions to people who know more than me, and then go for it. So that's kind of the deal. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Yes, man. Regret and cure. I mean, man. Let's get this thing on here. We're no longer in daylight. Let's get this party started. Oh. Okay. All right, there is that. Let's get the outer whoozy whatsy. It's all the technical terms I know. You guys probably don't know them because, I've been trained in the whoozy whatsy school of art. But all right, let's see. See what we're doing here. Again, 3,000 rags later. Just ridiculous. It spins. That's good, right? All right. We're looking pretty red and tacky. Sorry, that was lame. Okay. All right. And again, the orientation for the inside seal was big side, inside, little side, outside. Now we're going the other direction. Inside, little side, outside, big side. I'm sure there's an easier way to say that, but that's the party right there. Okay. All right. Next. Steve, the grease can run the brake pads. Also, gotcha. Yeah, so the grease is not going to be actually touching the brake. Oh, I guess if you're talking about the emergency brake, those pads, I guess that would potentially be affected there. But since this is going to be actually on the inside, where on the inside of the seal, when things get actually heated up and going, it's going to be secure in there, I guess. So, yeah. DJ, how many miles does the Ram have? I have 620 something thousand miles now. Over the last year or so, I haven't been on the road as much. I've started my dumpster rental business. Some pretty big things are kind of in the works with that. So things are really starting to ramp up, which I'm just blown away. So grateful, so thankful. Some pretty big moves are happening there. So without tooting the horn, there's a pretty big company in Lafayette that is wanting to use me as much as possible, almost exclusively. If I was able to supply them with enough dump trailers. They don't want roll-off bins. They want dump trailers because they're easier, more accessible, the whole thing. So they're wanting to use me. And this is a multi-million-dollar operation going on. So could be ridiculous. So pretty happy about that, excited about that. But the money isn't quite in the bank yet for that whole operation. So, yeah, let's see here. Next, man, I don't know what this is called. I guess an axle nut, essentially. It's going on the end of the axle, holding the bearing, holding all those things in place. But essentially, I'm going to put this on there. Obviously, aligning on the top of the axle, there's a little notch. Let's see. Hi, honey. There's a little notch, and this little block goes into that notch. And essentially, you're supposed to be able to, once that goes in, this little clip, you can see right there, this little clip goes around the axle, holds everything in place, and that's when you know it's actually, it's been set deep enough and it's actually on there right. So that's what I'm about to do. Check your lug nuts every day. That will save you money. I do now. Richard, yes. I I thought I was, but evidently not good enough. Somehow 3 of them sheared off. Like we've been saying, this is a problem. So let's see. Where do I seal one out? It got grease on the inside brake pad, and I had to change it. Oh, Steve! Wow, man, you must have had some serious grease flying. Mine was just more or less dripping. But that sounds like pretty serious stuff. Oh, Miss Bella's in here. Hey, honey. Hi, baby. Don't get in the fluid here. Oh, folks, we've got some kettle. What is it? How do you say it? Mesquite kettle chips, barbecue, jalapeno, and this stuff. I don't care what brand it is. Kettle chips with the mesquite barbecue, bro.
And jalapeno.
Bro, okay. I've not had the jalapeno, but we're about to
I know you like
have a party here.
I'm gonna make the dip.
So I'm still within my fasting window that I'm doing. So,
how much time you got till you can eat? Like till you have to cut it off.
I started at what time? I started eating at.
How many people? 8 people. Man.
Yeah, they're just hanging out. I didn't start my timer. When did you get home?
Like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Like okay, that's when I started eating. Then
it was like 5:10 or something like that.
Yeah. So I've still got several hours to be able to eat if I want to eat another.
I'm gonna make that dip.
Sausage with rotel. Folks, if she finishes it before we turn this party off, she makes this crazy dip.
Yeah, but it's not that difficult. It's literally cream cheese.
Okay, well, it's magical.
Sausage
is what it is.
Rotel.
Cream cheese, sausage, and rotella.
Rotel, which is like tomatoes and chili peppers.
Oh yeah, bro. Thank you, honey.
I read my plates and it was easy.
Yep, it's super easy. Go to the BMV.
Kind of sucks having to pay.
The little kiosk.
It kind of sucks having to pay drop $200.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But if you divide it out, 200 divided by
12
it's
months,
nothing. But it's still a lot.
Yep. Steve, when am I showing up? Oh yeah, I just read that. Grim Reaper, hey Daniel, I will need to talk to you about how to start up a dumpster business. I want to start one here around the Atlanta area. Hey, I know there's another YouTuber. His name is Jesse Mims. He's actually the guy who inspired me to start my dumpster rental business. I watched a lot of different YouTube guys talking about starting that business, but he was the guy that really pushed me over the edge. He's not just a hype guy, but he's very thoughtful, logical. When I first started out, he had some really, challenging videos for me that I wanted. I could see things playing out down the road overall. So that's what I decided to do. And Bella's running around here like crazy. But Ryder, hey buddy.
No, just kidding. Ryder, come.
Probably shouldn't get too nasty over here. So yeah, I can definitely help you with that, Grim Reaper, for sure. Whatever I can do to help, let me know, man. Get with me and we'll chat it up. It's been a year. I'll just say this and I'll get back to this. Fun. In 1 year, I've got 2 dump trailers. I know most of this year I've known nothing about how to advertise, what to do. I have a horrible website that I made myself, like rookie mistakes all day long for the majority of the year. But it's really been the last 3 or 4 months that things have just taken off for me. And obviously with the summer, the seasons of the year, things are different. I'm sure I'm not going to be getting as much residential customers, especially my first year or second year going into that. Um, my in the wintertime. Um, I am definitely reaching out. I'm getting more and more contacts for commercial stuff. Um, but as of right now, I believe I've grossed about $30,000. Um, putting money back into the business. Um, it's so challenging for me, learning these small things, these small little tweaks I've needed to change in my pricing. Lots of things. A lot of it has to do with dump fees, what dump fees are in your area. But anyways, there's just a lot of different things going on. But yeah, this last quarter or whatever, has just been, it's only gotten bigger and bigger and bigger each month, just going higher. So really grateful for that. But I want to be efficient with that. I don't want to gross 30,000. Obviously, that includes my dump fees that I have to pay. But um, being able to actually not be throwing every dime that I make out the door for operational expenses, just being really inefficient. So I want to keep my expenses down as much as possible while I'm really focusing on reaching out to more people. So anyways, this is not a dumpster channel. I have my other channel for that. Um, but yeah, definitely would love to help if I can, man. Uh, TJ, on my way there, save me some dip. Well, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It's gonna go fast. I don't know what to say. Gregory, did you look into Summit Racing for wheel size? I did not. I did do a brief search online, but I knew I needed to get wheel studs as soon as possible. So I figured anything online with shipping is going to be just nuts, directly to me. So I just figured, man, if I can just go to the Mopar, go to the dealership, and just bite the bullet, I got to get back out on the road. 2 weeks ago, I had the same thing happen to me. Richard, oh man, our Dorman wheel studs at $349. Wheel studs for $3.49 or fuel. Hi Daniel, just sitting here in Pennsylvania holding recliner to the floor. Very good, T Wait. Fuel is $3.99 a gallon in Central PA. That's why I haven't bought fuel in PA in 4 or 5 years. Ohio, Connecticut. That's it. Maybe New York, but I really don't go through New York that much anymore. Gregory, come winter, haul snow to the river. Gregory, so yeah, that is definitely the plan with my plow. We're definitely going to be making some moves on that. Gregory, they use dump trucks in New York to haul snow. Wow, don't know. It was like where you live, Gregory. That's crazy. I've never seen that. We just got crazy plows all over the place in Indiana, and depending on what day, what time of the day, when the wind blows, we could have a snowstorm. We could have a inferno outside, with snow still melting on the ground. So it's pretty nuts. But yeah, we definitely have plows throwing snow all the time, when it gets to that season. I'm gonna get back here and keep the ball rolling. All right, where is my? Aha.
So I thought I had cans of Rotel. I don't have it, so I'm gonna go over to Payless and grab like 4 cans of it, just to
Okay.
make sure I have some in stock.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, yeah, on the, how's it going?
Almost done. Almost back together. Just have to put this retaining clip, the bolt.
You almost got all of them on
Inside
there?
They're all on, but I haven't pressed them in yet. Very easy to do.
Oh, then after that, what else do you have to do?
Finish it up, put it back on.
Oh, did you already seal up the...
New seal is on. New studs are in. New Hoosie Whatsies. Bearings are in, outside and inside. We should be ready to roll.
Does that mean you're gonna go out on your trip tomorrow?
I hope so. Yeah, time to make that money, folks. Time to make that money. Yes, sir.
My
Yes,
paycheck
ma'am.
is not really sustainable.
So,
I'll be right back.
alrighty. See what we going on.
For stinking sauce.
65 years old, and I'm just getting into the RV hauling business. I'm going to get a 2015 or newer truck. Which one should I get, Dodge or Ford? Steve. Well, you have come to the channel where I'm a Ram. I was going to say not a Ford hater, but I'm a Ram lover. I have the weaker transmission. Stock everything else, all preventative stuff as much as possible, fluids, filters, everything as much as possible. I baby it, getting it out on the road. I don't go nuts. This Ram 2012, now this is also pre-def. So with the 15, you've got def now added into the problems with the emissions garbage. So that's an exciting thing for any manufacturer. But this Ram 2012 has been very good for me. I'm happy with the Ram overall. I'm really happy with the Cummins. I have the weaker, I say that in quotes, 68 RFE. I know everybody talks trash about it. Go online, you'll see it everywhere, anywhere. They dog it, but I've got 620 something thousand miles on my original transmission, fluids and filters. That's it. Original transmission. I've gone through, I've done one turbo 20 something thousand miles ago. I've done one set of injectors at 405, and then a lot of smaller things along the way. Things that I didn't know about that blew up in my face, things that things I did know and didn't know, problems. And so lots of little small things, but that comes with mileage. Um, so anyways, I'm really happy with the Ram. You're going to get answers from anybody going every direction. I'm happy with the Ram. And overall, I'll say that. But I'm happy with it. And the thing is, for better for worse, whatever you might say about it, you're going to see a lot more Rams out on the road compared to Ford and definitely Chevy. So that's my take on it. Home guy, what's going on? I just had to do my rear axle seal and bearing last month. Well, I'm joining the party, sir. Oh man. Um, let's see. What am I doing? Steve, TJ, see, everyone has different luck with brands. I myself have had the best luck with a Ram. Fair to say, I would get a Ram. Just my opinion. Yeah, my Ford pulled amazing and rode great. However, the Rams I've owned lasted longer and better fuel economy. Gotcha, TJ. Gregory, Steve. That is a personal preference. Daniel likes Dodge and fair winds and following seas. Has a Ford. Best of luck in your decision. Yeah, absolutely. Steve, okay, I'm planning on getting a 3500, but not a dually. Will that be okay? Yeah, certainly. I guess one question I would have is, you're going to get better fuel economy. You're not going to have to pay as much in tires. The only thing I could really think of besides those things would be if you're wanting to, if you're a CDL driver, maybe that would make a difference there. I'm not a CDL driver at the moment, so yeah, if you're going to get a 3500 non-dually or just single rear wheel, I think that'll be great for you. I would, if you're going to go that route, at least get a standard 6-foot or 8-foot bed. I would not go short bed. You need room for fuel, an auxiliary fuel tank, and potentially a fifth wheel. And then if you're going to do craziness like I do and a lot of other people do, that you need a toolbox. So usually that's the setup. Usually that's best for having a long bed. So that would be my only encouragement to you going that route. Okay. All right, I believe that is the money right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the little block in there. Get that piece in. Oh. Let's see. So one other thing I forgot to say, if you are going to be doing this job, so that little block that goes in, that's a really helpful indicator. When that block goes in all the way and you can no longer grab it with literally just some tweezers and it goes all the way in, that means there's more space and you need to continue tightening that nut, essentially the axle nut there. Once you're able to just barely get a hold of that rectangle, cube, whatever you want to call it, I'm drawing a blank here, folks. Once you're barely able to grab that, that's when you want to actually put on the ring. So, amazing. Thank you, everyone, for the advice. I really appreciate it. Awesome. Cool. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check the. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go more because that is much further in than where it was last time. So if you actually have that play in there, then that means things are going to be shifting back and forth. We can't have that. That I'm assuming going to cause some major problems. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep going this in. Hopefully, I can get this thing out because it's really, really close there, but it's still not there all the way. What am I doing? Where did I have the? Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna go just to literally to the next notch. Just put it right there. Let's see. Okay, so actually, I take that back because now I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to really start slugging this thing in. So I'm assuming because I'm about dead center between these two notches in the nut itself, where this little again, I don't know what to call it, but this little piece is supposed to go into. So I'm going to back this off back to where it was. I was able to technically grab it with tweezers there, or whatever. And that's just going to be where it's going to have to be at. The whole assembly is pushed back all the way as much as possible. There is no other wiggle room. I'll test that just to see for double take, but I believe we are at the end of it, and I'm just going to have to back this off because I don't want to have it down too tight. So. Yeah, that's. All right. I do feel a little bit more confident about that because getting to the point of having to really hit it harder and backing it off to the most closest point, that's really where I think it should be at. So let's see there. All right, and then the ring, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. The ring is just a little sketchy. Kind of gummed up and everything here, so I'm going to clean this up. Good luck with your purchase. TJ, always remember to buy the truck you want because you have to live out of it. Yes, huge deal for that. If I had the option, which I didn't, but if you have the option, I have the ST model, which for 2012 that was the bare bones. I believe 2013 and newer. Those are, I think Tradesman is the bottom, but even the Tradesman is several steps above this ST model. So, if you're going to be getting in a truck, you're going to be living in the truck, getting in the truck, sleeping in the truck. Man, oh man. Some of these small, creature comforts and, first world problems that we've got going on, for our job, sleeping in our trucks. There's some people who are sleeping in their vehicles because that's their only option, period. We are spoiled rotten. But if we do have the option to, long-term wise, I would shoot for middle tier or maybe higher tier if you really needed it, for your own, comfort, your own benefit. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ring in here and get it going. I'm going to use my flathead to be able to push this in all the way around the circle. What that ring does, essentially, it's not really that big of a deal for the nut, obviously, but that little ring keeps the little rectangle square thing inside the nut, to where the nut it's basically a locking pin, whatever, the king pin of your axle nut, I guess. So that's what we got in place. I'm going to go double check that real quick, make sure that is secure. And then next up is getting in the actual axle, the axle back in. Okay. Yeah, that is not going anywhere. Sweet. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and clean this right here. This, there's some debris here. Let's see. And honestly, I'll probably hit this with some red tacky as well, just to make sure we're cleaned up here. Don't want any debris. That if there was any debris, left in here, I'd like to have that cleaned up as much as possible. And obviously, you really don't want anything stuck in these grooves. So just wanting to make sure we are good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with some. So also before I completely close this up and get the axle nuts on there to get everything secure, I am going to just pack this whole thing with grease around the inside of this whole thing. Again, I don't think you really have to. It's a free-floating axle. If I tilt the other side, the fluid is going to come rushing over here, get everything lubricated. Everything's happy, happy, happy. I just want to do that for peace of mind for myself. So I don't think you have to do that. I've seen people say it both, either way. I just choose to do it. So, let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Steve, I was leaning towards the Ram because I love the way the Cummins diesel sounds. I got you, Steve. Yeah, tradesman, home guy. I don't need any of the pollution stuff on the Ram due to where I live. The only thing that sounds better than a Cummins is a 6.0 Ford. That rattles cool. I love the way the 6.0 Ford sounds. I just don't love the price tag that comes with that rattle because my Ford 6.0 imploded. So yeah, I'm not on the Ford 6.0 fan club. Mine is 2012. Only thing I really miss is a electric seats. Gotcha, Lyle. About had my driver's side fender taken off in PA. Oh, Donnie. Oh dear. Be careful, man. Mine is a 2011 Laramie. Gotcha. Gotcha, Donnie. That's why I don't do the Northeast much. Bad juju. Okay. Steve, since Daniel mentioned the EPA, if I may purchase older than the company that wants to hire me, they said they will go down to 2011. Okay. Steve, Can-Am is the company that I'm interested in. I hope they're a good company. Gotcha. Lyle, if you didn't pack the bearings, you should pack it on the side slope so oil will run into the bearing before you get it out on the road. Yeah, Lyle. So I am planning on jacking up the other side so that the fluid does rush over here. But I've already packed both bearings inside and outside, and I'm going to hit the remaining area on this end cap or whatever you want to call it with grease. So we're hitting everything. We're not taking prisoners. I recommend some red and tacky on it. TJ, my man, I'm here for it too. Yes, red and tacky for life. Again, earlier I was talking about this grease gun. I mean, any grease gun you get, but having a grease gun with a trigger and you're not pumping for 3 hours, it makes greasing almost enjoyable. Who doesn't like to get to be able to pull a trigger like this? I mean, come on, man. just make it happen. Get that maintenance done, Let's see. Pro Charge Mopar, what is going on, sir? Glad to have you here. If you didn't see, we have lost wheel studs and a seal that is deader than dead. It's double dead. So we are in the process of buttoning everything back up. So yeah. All right, we are greased to the top here. All right, we will get these bolts on. Again, I'm going to start them by hand and then use the impact. What am I doing? Again, I'm doing this in a star pattern, so I really want to make sure it's done right. I'm going to get this to a certain point, and then I'm going to hand crank it. If your truck gets hit with a unit in your back and the unit doesn't get damaged, it's in your insurance. Drivers who hit you. Huh. If your truck gets hit with a unit in your back and the unit doesn't get damaged, it's in your insurance or the drivers who hit you. Gotcha, Donnie. Kenneth, I've had problems with my F450 through the entire 3,000 miles I've driven it. Wow, Kenneth, that's rough. TJ, I got to go. Everyone, have an amazing night. And remember, if you have to second guess the road or whether pull it over, get there alive. TJ, I love it. Yes. Words to live by, literally, on that. Very good. Very good. Okay. Just to have peace of mind, I think I'm going to hit this with the impact again. We are all on evenly. It is correct, but yeah. This just in case. All right. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, now the moment we've all not been waiting for. Stud tool on top, lug nut on top, and then it pulls it through and actually gets the threads on there correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all 8 with a wheel stud or with a new lug nut and go get this finished up. She's 70. you go. Oh, 7/8, of course. All right, we're about to pull the first lug stud into position to get it seated. So yeah, basically all you have to do is tighten up the lug nut onto the post. With the tool already on, it spins until it stops, obviously pulling the stud through all the way. Once it does come to a complete stop, put it in reverse, pull the nut off, pull the tool off, and it's set. It's literally in place right now, and you can see on the other side of the end of the bolt, it's actually pulled through all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the rest. It's going to take a little while, but yeah. Meant to say on. Oh, gotcha, Donnie. By the way, I'm sure my neighbors are loving me right now. It's like 8:30 and I'm cranking away here. So almost done. Let's see. All right, I believe that is all 8. I'm going to double check here. I couldn't quite see everything. Steve, what year did they start all the EPA things on the Dodge Ram Cummins? I believe I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the Dodge 5.9 Cummins has, so a third gen essentially, if it actually has a EGR cooler, DPF, all that kind of stuff. I'm not for sure on that. It's either I think it's second gen Cummins, and like after the like for a Ford, I think it's after the 7.3. So like the Ford 6.0 was, I believe, the first, uh, originally the first year. Whenever the 6.0 came out, that was the first year for the Ford, and then Ram. It's either the 5.9 or the start of the 6.7, fourth gen. It's either, I think it's either in between. No, I don't know. I'm not sure on that. Sorry, Steve. I'm guessing at this point. So, but yeah. Anyways, got these pull forward. Let me make sure we really are good. Okay. Now we're just gonna get the caliper bracket on. All right. Sure, I have it on the right way. What am I doing? Oh, it's this way. It's my first day, guys. It's my first day. Okay. Where is it at? Here we go. This is a short 13/16 on a 3/8 drive to get the actual brackets in place. I apologize if I'm giving you the plumber crack. Definitely don't mean to do that. Grim Reaper, I got to go, guys. Great knowledge, Gino. Good night, all. Hey, man, have a good one. Be safe out on the road. Catch you later, and enjoy being back home running your other business, man. Very cool. Lynn, what is going on, sir? You were coming in towards the tail end of this project, which honestly, I really enjoyed having you guys here with me. It definitely took longer to be able to talk with you guys and chit chat, but kind of keeps my mind off of actually having to do the work while I'm explaining the work, which doesn't make any sense, but need to be able to have you guys here with me. I'm going to get the little clip for the brake pad that fell off. Get that pushed back on. Okay. Also, one thing I am going to do, possibly. I am going to grease the, let me say this right, the brake caliper slider pins, the one on top, the one on bottom. They've got to have grease in there to keep it lubricated so that when you're releasing off the brakes, that it actually does shift and expand back again. It allows it. It has that function. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. I probably should have done that before I put this back on, but I'll be able to get this greased up enough to be plenty fine. So. And the good thing about that whole thing is it really doesn't take much to get this pretty well lubricated. So. But as usual, we may have a slight problem. The bottom one, that is just about seized on there. So let's see if we can get this off. If not, I've got to have that functionality. I mean, it's just got to be there. So let's see if we can break this loose, clean it up. It's probably rusty inside there or something, and get this free. Hit it. Spray. Nope. That ain't gonna work. Okay. Put some grease on the end of the axle. Yes, home guy for sure. Steve, okay, thanks a lot, guys, for the info. Maybe see you guys out on the road soon. God bless. Hey, Steve, have a good one, man. Appreciate you. Very cool, very cool. Len just barely made it to get fuel 9 miles to empty. Done for the day, man. You are the MVP. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome to hear. All right. I think that's loosened up enough. I'm going to go ahead and get the last 2 bolts on, wherever we're at, for the caliper. Caliper. And shut the party down. So, let's see.
Your laptop needs cleaning.
gonna
Whoa, you got dirt all over your laptop.
go like this. I'm gonna actually do this instead. Just take a bit more. It's as good as it gets for that. Okay. Pads back on, please and thank you. Not too bad pad wear across the board. We need to make sure we get that clip back in. All right, that one's on. Okay. Cooperate, please. Yeah, we gotta get this compressed a little bit. Okay, that should be better. All right. Well, there we go. Of course, second I take off the glove and do anything, I'm absolutely covered here. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. I believe 13 was the first year with the deaf. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, almost in place. Why that's not going in. Bingo was his name. Okay, I think it was a 13 millimeter. Maybe it was a 12. Oh, that was a 13. Here we go. All right, let's get. What am I doing? Where's my? Oh. Helps to get both bolts on before you start torquing down the top one. Duh. Wow. That's 13. Yeah. Home guy, I've seen some guys with the 13s use distilled water in place of the def and worked. Whoa. That's wild. Oh man, got stuff on my nose. I got stuff everywhere. Craziness. 7 people here hanging out. Oh, 9 people hanging out. Wow, cool. Yeah, just trying to finish up here, getting the caliper back on. The bottom bolt is revolting against me currently, so gotta love it. Why? Not going. Finally, thank you. Oh my. Ugh. Ugh. Alrighty, 1 second. I'm gonna get the tires. One tire, one to go. So lastly, I'm just going to inspect the actual nuts. Make sure they're not tore up too bad. They look fine to me as for right now. I do actually have an extra spare 8 I want to say lug nuts that I bought from like a junkyard for like $3 a piece. Do that. If you ever lose some, I think it's like $15 a piece or something. It's some crazy number for a stupid nut. I got them $3 a piece, so I bought an extra 8. So I'm gonna put these 5 on that I have left, and then put on 3 more. Grab those, and then we will be out of here. And I'm gonna go jack up the other side, make sure everything's good with the fluid and all that. But yeah, appreciate you stopping through here. I'm gonna get this all buttoned up here, and then I'll cut it off before I go take it out for a little test drive and all that. So, line up your tire valves. Yeah. I'm literally just one bolt away. I can see both right there, so I could get access to either of them. So, yeah. Here's my bag of extra studs here. Extra 3. Oh, I also actually carry 2 more with me in the truck, just in case. Okay. Oh man. Well, I think that is going to do it. I'm going to keep a very close eye on these lug nuts going forward. As my dad would say, don't snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. As he has said about 5,000 times a year. Man, make sure that I didn't do all this in vain, basically. So I'm going to go ahead, jack up the other side, let that sit for a little bit, go take it for a little drive, get everything good to go. I'm going to retorque, Kenneth. Man, I'm just covered in this stuff. I'm going to retorque my nuts after a little drive. Obviously, going forward, I'm going to keep a much more vigilant eye on making sure this doesn't happen again. So I'm going to shut this down here in a second once I get done with my hands. If anybody wants to say anything, feel free to. But I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, even if it was for, a couple minutes or whatever. Definitely helped pass the time for me, at least. So I appreciate you guys just hanging out and just chit chatting. So probably gonna hit the old fast orange, the big orange bottle, to all the grit and stuff to get my hands all cleaned up. But yeah, my hope is tomorrow. If everything really does check out here tonight, make sure there's nothing else that's surprising. I'm hoping to take this load to Missouri, get it finally dropped off after feels like 5 years, but who's counting here? But 5 days, 5 years. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna turn this party off. Wow, 2 hours, 24 minutes. My oh my. Appreciate your time. If you're watching this on the playback, you're a trooper. Appreciate you hanging out with me. If I screwed anything up or did anything wrong, please let me know. That would be good to find out as soon as possible. I don't think I did, but go figure. So it's getting a little chilly out here. I believe the wife did make the Rotella sausage fancy dancy dip. So I'm still within my fasting or non-fasting window, so we're gonna have to hit it up. But I will catch you guys later. My laptop is covered in grease, so this is excellent. I will catch you guys later. Hopefully you have a great day tonight. Great night tonight. Stay safe wherever you're at, guys. God bless. See ya.